Tiffany Powell, de 32 años, y su nueva pareja, Paul Reed, de 38, vivían juntos desde hacía apenas 3 semanas. El 26 de abril de 2014, Tiffany llamó al 911. Aseguró que su exnovio, James Harris, de 69 años, había irrumpido violentamente en su casa y atacado a Paul. Según ella, lo que ocurrió después fue un acto de defensa propia que terminó en tragedia. La escena descrita era confusa desde el principio. Tiffany explicó que habían estado lavando ropa, acumulada durante semanas. Ella venía de un refugio para víctimas de violencia doméstica, donde había estado tras abandonar su anterior vida con James. Había pasado días durmiendo en un coche antes de instalarse con Paul. Aquel día, le pidió a él que bajara al sótano a poner la ropa en la lavadora, ya que decía tener miedo de los espacios cerrados. Hasta esa noche, Tiffany aseguraba que jamás había bajado al sótano. Dijo que Paul estaba allí, hablando solo, y que ella no lo oía bien desde arriba. Dejó la puerta trasera entreabierta y comenzó a bajar. En ese momento, según su versión, alguien entró a la casa.
What happened tonight?
Tonight, well, today, we've been there for like 3 weeks, and we've been washing our clothes, and we just decided, because
You've been on Minota for 3 weeks?
I came from domestic violence shelter and went to there, but both me and Paul, like when I came out of the domestic violence shelter, I stayed out in the car for about a week, so we had a lot of clothes and stuff. So I asked him if we could wash clothes, and we were.
Well, you asked who if you could wash clothes.
Paul, I'm scared of basements, so I had him to put the clothes in the washing machine.
To come over tonight and put the clothes in the washing machine?
Well, he's there every night. It's just that I asked him to.
Oh, tonight, because you were afraid to go in the basement, you asked Paul to go downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And tonight was the first night I ever was in the basement. So he was down there and he kept talking, and I kept saying, I can't hear you. And I left the back door open, and I started to go down the stairs, and I didn't exactly see who came through the door. And then I kind of got around the corner, and I said,
around the corner in the basement?
Yes, I said, somebody's in here. And he started coming down the steps. He must have saw me from the bottom because the light was on down there.
Who must have? So you got to use
I'm
names.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's
James
okay.
Harris. James Harris. And then Paul, James Harris said something that I can't remember exactly what he said, but Paul grabbed him and he was like, what did he say? He said something about, get off me, man, get off me. And then I went upstairs and called, and I heard, well, I did see, before I went upstairs, I did see him have something shining. I didn't know it was a gun or anything. I thought it was a knife. And I still don't even know if it's real or not, because I don't know him to have guns. Well, but anyway, I saw him to have something silver, and then I went upstairs, and then I called the police, the 911, and told them, and I just heard them, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go down there, and they kept saying, don't go down there, don't go down there. So things got quiet while I was on the phone. I eventually went down there, and there was a light bulb, broken, and that's how I cut my foot down there. And James Harris has this, all I could see was a little part of a silver thing sticking out of his hand. And Paul was trying to grab hold his hands, and then I'm trying to think what happened next. Everything was so fast. I said, you want me to get that out of his hand? And he was like, he didn't say anything actually. He just started breathing heavy or whatever. And he kept saying, did you call the police? And the police was on the phone, so they could hear everything that was going on, 911. Then he says, I think I choked him out. We didn't know he was gone or anything. So he was laying there, and I think that's when you guys came. But no, I had no idea he was gone. You know,
Los detectives ya tenían dudas. Desde el inicio, todo indicaba que James Harris no tenía motivo alguno para atacar a Paul. En cambio, Tiffany sí tenía un motivo claro. Con James fuera del camino, podría recuperar la custodia de sus hijos. Era una posibilidad que la policía no descartaba. Según sus investigaciones, Tiffany habría llamado a James para atraerlo a su casa. Una trampa cuidadosamente orquestada. En el interrogatorio, los agentes fueron sinceros con Tiffany. Le explicaron que su trabajo era doble: descubrir la verdad de los hechos y proteger a los inocentes. Pero también dejaron claro...
And I just saw a guy coming in the back door with a gun. Okay. I didn't even realize who it was until after. You know what I mean? I didn't even realize. I'm just fighting.
Right.
I was just really upset, really scared. She put the baby in him with a gun. I was just scared. That's, I just wanted to defend myself.
Right.
Her, that's all I can,
So you guys met on the steps.
Yeah, we met on the steps.
When you're on the steps, did you realize who he was?
No.
Okay.
Because I had just turned the lights off. I was on my way going upstairs anyway. I had just turned the light off. I was going upstairs, heard the bang. I wanted to start running, and boom, here you go.
When did you first see her during all this?
Yeah, it was like I blacked out. I was calling her. I was screaming her name. She came downstairs. She turned the light on, and I told her, help me get the gun away from him, because he would not let go of the gun. And I'm sitting here fighting him. I'm like, please let go of the gun, let go of the gun, let go of the gun. Let go, screaming and howling. And he's screaming and howling, I'm going to kill you and this, that. And I'm just screaming, please put the gun down. I'm banging his head on the ground. I am. I'm trying to get anything to get the gun out of his fucking hand. And I don't know if he finally dropped it and she kicked it away, or did I knock it away? I don't really remember. I just remember seeing the gun and acting on it. That's all I can remember.
Did you see the gun on the stairwell?
I seen him when he came in, or when I was going up the stairwell. Yeah, I seen it. It was shiny. It was pretty shiny. There were other lights on.
No, how long were you guys fighting before she came downstairs?
I don't even know.
Your best guess.
It seemed like forever. I really don't know how long it was. It could have been 15 minutes, could have been 10 minutes. I mean, we were fighting. It seemed like
a decent amount of time.
I was exhausted.
You were down there by yourself just fighting him.
Yeah, I was exhausted, so.
Okay. How did he get in the back door?
The back door, we don't have a key to it, so we probably pretty much left it open. Because the keys that I have don't work they work the front door, but they don't work that door. And because of her problem I was telling you about, we don't go to the front door at all. We either enter through the garage, or we enter through the back door. And we have to go through this whole ordeal with our shoes and everything, to change our shoes just to come inside the house. When officers are in the house, if we go back there, it's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna have to get the rug doctor and clean the whole house again, But
okay, so the two of you meet on the stairs.
Yes.
And you see he's got a gun, but at this point you don't know who he is.
I didn't know who he was at first.
Okay.
I seen the gun and a person that I didn't know come in the door. I didn't,
Okay, so you guys started tussling?
This is not our first tussle either. This is not our first tussle. We've tussled about 2 years ago. I made a police report down in Canton. He attacked me, I went up there, this is back when things were okay, you know what I mean? She had dropped the kids off with him or whatever, and it was time for us to pick them up, and I went over there to pick up the kids. And I guess he got an attitude problem because I came, but he used to come to my house to get the kids. I never said anything. And he came over to my truck and tried to pull me out of my truck and fight me. And I'm like, stop, he's an older guy. I don't want to fight. I'm like, dude, you're an older guy, chill out. He attacked me with a weightlifting thing about 2 years ago. I made a police report down in Canton. I took pictures. I had big lumps all over my arm from blocking and everything. But I didn't have to hurt him that bad then. I just, I got him off me. And I think one of his friends were there and he kind of broke it up or something.
Okay. So you guys eventually get down into the basement. It's dark.
We're falling into the basement pretty much,
Okay. Describe what happens in the basement during the fight.
I'm trying to get the gun out of his hand.
Okay.
I'm trying to fight him to get the gun out of his hand.
Did you guys eventually tumble to the ground?
Yeah, it didn't take long. We were on the ground pretty fast.
Okay. So you guys were wrestling on the ground?
Pretty much, yeah.
And like you said, it seemed like 10, 15, 20 minutes you were fighting.
It could have been longer. It seemed like an eternity.
Okay. And eventually the lights turn on, and that's when Tiffany comes down.
Yeah, she turned the lights on, yeah.
Okay. Is he still holding the gun at this point?
No, I think we kicked it across the hall. We kicked it across the room.
Okay.
You mean like as soon as she comes downstairs?
Yeah, when the lights
are on, he still got the gun in his hand.
Okay. Tell me about the fight. What are you doing in this fight besides trying to get the gun away?
I'm trying to hold him. He's fighting, you know. I'm trying to hold one arm and I'm trying to get him in the headlock is what I'm trying to do. But he's got this gun and he's swinging it, you know. At first he's on. Well, I was on my back first, and then I'm like, oh shit, you know, I got off my back, and I get on him, and I'm trying to turn him over. I'm a gangster wrestler, I'm trying to turn him over, you know, on his stomach, so he can't really see what he's doing, you know, and I'm just trying to, he will not let go of this gun. I'm just banging his hand on the ground, banging his hand, and I started banging his head too, you know, and he's fighting hard, I'm fighting hard.
Now, at this point, he's on his stomach or his back?
He's on his stomach.
Okay, so you're trying to, which hand is he holding the gun in?
I think it was his right hand. It was on his hand. He was like this on the ground, like trying. I don't know if he was trying to aim and shoot or what. I was just trying to get the gun out of his hand.
Okay, so you're banging his hand on the ground.
I'm banging his hand and his head.
Okay.
Did that ever fire?
I don't think so. I don't. Like I said, I was so terrified that I didn't know. I didn't hear anything. I was hoping not, because I was trying to get her to get out of there in case it did.
Okay.
Los investigadores confrontaron a Tiffany con el hallazgo del teléfono y el historial de llamadas. Ella negó cualquier implicación, pero sus respuestas evasivas y las contradicciones entre su testimonio y el de Paul complicaron aún más su situación. Paul terminó aceptando cooperar con las autoridades. Reveló que Tiffany y una amiga suya, a quien conoció en un refugio para personas sin hogar, habían planificado todo. Su objetivo, según Paul, no era matar a James, sino provocarlo para que violara una orden de alejamiento que ya no estaba activa, sin que ellas lo supieran. Durante el supuesto enfrentamiento, Paul alegó que James sacó un arma, lo que habría desatado la lucha en el sótano. No obstante, las pruebas forenses no respaldaron completamente esa afirmación. Aunque hubo rastros de sangre y evidencia de una pelea, el relato de que James sacó un arma primero quedó en entredicho. A pesar de sus declaraciones, ambos fueron arrestados y acusados de asesinato. Paul accedió a testificar contra Tiffany, intentando reducir su condena. Pero el daño ya estaba hecho. El teléfono desechable, las llamadas registradas y el relato de testigos apuntaban a una trampa premeditada.
And I think that is one of them.
Okay. Like I said, we want you to tell us about what happened tonight. The truth. You're lying. We do this every day. Your lie is not going to hold up, and you're going to end up in a lot of trouble. I'm telling you that right now. If you don't want to tell us the truth, that's fine. But it's not going to hurt me or Detective Ross.
I know it's not going to hurt you.
It's going to hurt you, and it's going to hurt your kids. Okay, so I really want you to stop lying to me and tell me the truth now. We're not mad at you. People lie to us the first time all the time because they're nervous and they're scared and all that, and we're not offended. We don't think you're bad because you're lying to us. We're scared.
I would think that I was bad.
But what I'm telling you right now is that you're really about to do yourself a lot of harm, and we want to help you, and you're not letting us. So what I'd like you to do is start your story again from the top and tell the truth this time. Please, it's what's best for you and your kids, just to be honest.
I almost called you baby. I'm just still used to talking to him. But I'm having a baby pretty soon. I didn't want none of this.
I'm sure you did.
I didn't want him coming to the house. I didn't want him knowing my address.
What happened? What's the truth?
It's different.
Let me just tell you this. There's going to come a day where you're sitting in the courtroom. Okay? Now, what's going to happen on that day is based on the decision you make now. You may be sitting across the table from Detective Ross, wishing to God that you would have told the truth right now. Or you may be just in the witness stand telling the truth.
Right.
But that's based on the decision you make right now. And right now you're making the decision to lie, and I'm telling you it's the wrong one. And I can't tell you how many defendants I've talked to in situations like this where I've said, you're going to be so sorry if you don't tell us the truth right now. And they come to me afterwards and they're like, you're right, I should have told the truth. Now look at my life.
Right. Well, has there ever been a case where they were telling the truth? And
No. No.
Because you guys, yes, you were intimidated to try and get me to lie, but
We're not trying to.
No, we're trying to get you not to lie.
We're trying to get you to tell the truth. We're already telling you we've already told you the reasons why we don't think that your story makes any sense, and you don't have any answers for them. You can't tell us why your story is different than his. You can't tell us why we have the
Then
phone
Paul's?
records that we have.
then Paul's.
Yes.
You can't tell us. You're not providing us with any answers.
I gave you my phone. I'm being 100% open with you. Do you know what I mean? I'm just really I am. I really, like I said, I need him to
If
around
we
my
were
kids.
if we were talking right now and you were hooked up to a polygraph and we asked you these exact same questions, what would that polygraph tell us?
Well, I've heard a lot of stories about polygraphs, so and I don't know.
They're very accurate.
I don't know. I heard that when people were, have a certain mental, where they basically believe their own lies, that they can get through it. My counselor, she talks about polygraphs all the time. She does.
Do you
We're
believe your
asking
own lies?
you.
Well, I'm
Do
sorry.
you believe your own lies?
No.
Then that doesn't apply to
Because a
you.
lot of people diagnose me with different things.
Like what?
Well, not exactly diagnose as they believe.
Okay.
What do they believe?
Like I've had a psychological evaluation where they thought that I was, I'm trying to think of how you say the word, schizophrenic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because whether you guys know it or not, I have a bad phobia. That's why I don't go down the basement. Bad phobia, germs. So I've been diagnosed with different things because of that.
What exactly are you officially
Well, not
diagnosed?
officially. I've been diagnosed with paranoia recently and phobia / OCD. That's what I've been diagnosed with.
Okay, so those don't play into being untruthful.
I don't know what exactly the things were.
All right, here's the thing.
Wow.
Right now, you're being untruthful. Right now, I
It would
know.
break the machine if you got on. It would just break. And you know what? You seem like a really nice person. I just don't understand why we're having this much trouble getting you to be honest with us.
I don't want none of this to happen. I didn't want none of this. I don't want him to know my address.
Well, I think
this to happen.
that you're right, but the problem is that somebody in connection with you got him to come to that house under false pretenses. When he got there, one thing led to another, and he ended up dead in your basement.
I can tell you this: me or Paul did not know that he was coming. We did not know at all.
Then who brought him
I
there?
swear to God.
Then
we did
who
not know.
brought him there?
I'm trying to tell you, I think he knew where it was at a couple days ago, sir.
Somebody brought him there with phone calls tonight. The point
I feel
is,
like even if I'm able to leave here, I don't feel like I can go back to that house anymore because, well, if he is gone, I still can't believe it. But if he is gone, his family and everything else, you know what I mean? I really.
okay, well, we're gonna go. We still have more people to talk to, but I really hope that you reconsider telling the truth because
Can I say this to you real
Sure.
quick though? James Harris is a very smart man.
Mhm.
You know, and everything he gets charged with, if you look at his record, even like him, he used to be a teacher down here and he gave his students wedgies and stuff like that. He's gotten off on everything.
Okay.
Even, I mean, not off, but, like my domestic violence, knocked down to a misdemeanor, whatever. Or not a misdemeanor, but disorderly conduct. Now, and just like the situation where I was trying to tell you where when me and him we get into a physical fight, he called down his daughter to be a witness.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? To cover his ass.
Well, the problem is that he didn't do that tonight.
That's what I'm thinking, Jabari.
Wasn't
the whole
Jabari.
situation with Jabari, why Jabari was there. And I think that his plan went wrong. I've been sitting in here thinking that maybe he came there, was just going to go ahead and just kill me. Didn't know Paul was there because Paul, like I said, parked his car way far away.
Mm-hmm.
Came there to just kill me or talk to me or something to get me back there. And then things didn't work out right.
So he was going to go and kill you with your 5 children in the car.
That's a cover-up. I've been sitting here thinking about it.
I think that's a nice try, a nice effort on your part.
God,
I don't believe it.
I'm trying.
He was lured there, and we're going to. By the end of the night, we'll have a name. And you are going to be in trouble along with that person that we.
Just keep in mind that he's not an innocent man.
Okay.
Finalmente, Tiffany fue condenada a cadena perpetua sin posibilidad de libertad condicional hasta cumplir 30 años. Paul también recibió cadena perpetua, pero con opción a libertad condicional, después de 15 años. El caso dejó claro que las contradicciones, las mentiras y las decisiones precipitadas, cuando se enfrentan a evidencia tecnológica y forense, no pueden ocultarse por mucho tiempo. Paul afirmó que James irrumpió en la casa con un arma de fuego, mientras él estaba en el sótano haciendo la colada. Según su versión, lo sorprendió en la escalera y comenzó una pelea en la que intentó arrebatarle el arma. Aseguró que solo actuó en defensa propia, temiendo por su vida y la de su pareja, que en ese momento estaba embarazada. Tiffany, por su parte, ofreció una versión muy distinta. Dijo no saber cómo James había llegado a la casa, y se mostró incrédula cuando los detectives le revelaron que él había sido atraído con engaños. La policía encontró un teléfono desechable oculto en el jardín de Tiffany. Desde ese dispositivo se habían hecho varias llamadas a James justo antes del ataque. Esa prueba fue concluyente. La evidencia indicaba que James fue engañado para acudir a esa casa con la excusa de ver un automóvil en venta. Una vez allí, fue recibido por una mujer que lo condujo por la parte trasera de la casa, donde luego fue asesinado.